Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA video, we're going to be looking at some Grand Theft Auto 6 news and how it looks like we kind of know where we're going to be heading at this point as far as our city and our location and a whole lot more. So I would argue, and Rockstar has even gone on record in saying the most important part of their Grand Theft Auto games is the location. They start with that first, the map, the world, where the game is going to take place, and then they build everything else from there. And so that is a huge question for GTA 6. Where are we going to go? A familiar city like Vice City, Liberty City, Los Santos, San Fierro, Las Venturas, or somewhere entirely new that we haven't seen yet? Well, we heard from Rockstar Games insider Tez Funds 2 on the GTA forum site where he actually talked about this. He said Vice City is kind of a given at this point. You can consider it semi-confirmed from the tons of rumors we have had, especially the Leah Sokolowski leak from Lynn LFC thread, which we'll talk about in a little bit. Project Americas as the code name of GTA 6 is a high possibility considering the leftover reference within the RDR2 files. Said code name suggests South America would be featured. You know, I don't think it's a coincidence that the Cayo Perico Island happens to be in the Caribbean off the coast of Colombia, and the DLC teaser just happens to include a hint towards GTA 6. All right, so we've got a lot to break down here. Let's start at the very top. Right off the bat, insider Tez Funds 2 is basically saying Vice City is pretty much a given at this point. And this gets me very excited because Vice City is one of the cities that is not in the HD universe. We've got Liberty City, Los Santos, and its surrounding areas, and we have a couple of other newly established areas like North Yankton and Cayo Perico, but I'm really excited to go back to Vice City. It was one of my all-time favorite locations when we got to play it in GTA Vice City. I think Rockstar could do so much with it in modern times, expanding it, making it bigger. I mean, the last time we were playing Vice City was on a PlayStation 2, if you take away the definitive edition versions. So they are probably able to do so much more here. He says it's confirmed or semi-confirmed from all the rumors we have, especially the Leah Sokolowski leak. And if you don't know what Leah does, she's actually a production supervisor and location manager / scout in Florida. So essentially what she does is she's hired on a contractual basis to locate, determine suitable, and manage sites for use during filming, television, or commercial shoots. And she was actually on a podcast where she described a new digital media company that reached out to them, and she provided tours for them around Florida, and she revealed that in a podcast. Take a listen to this right here.
I've also been taking on some small projects as a production supervisor, which, allows me to basically hire crew and deal with equipment and spread my wings that way, deal a little bit more with budgeting and scheduling and things of that nature, which are somewhat part of my milieu and locations, but more ancillary versus my primary responsibility. So it's kind of nice to shift and to learn a little bit more about the production side of things. Recently, as you're aware, we've had a change in the types of productions that are coming to our state. So I've also been very fortunate to get a large client that has hired me to arrange basically site tours and visits. It's a digital media company, and I've signed an NDA, so I can't disclose who it is, but they've been exploring various areas of our state and of other states in the Southeast. And I've been planning and arranging those visits for their personnel, and that's been kind of a very interesting expansion of what I normally do as well.
So even though she didn't specifically say Rockstar Games, I think it's very clear that this is Rockstar going around Florida, scouting out locations so that when they build the map for Vice City, they're going to be able to make it as accurate as possible, just like what they did in GTA 5 with Los Santos being a fictional portrayal of Los Angeles.
Now, earlier this year in February, Rockstar Games came out with a very important announcement that a lot of people were not expecting. In the announcement, Rockstar said that GTA 6 development is well underway, and ever since this announcement, there's been more and more information flowing in about GTA 6. Now, in today's video, I only want to discuss the information that was confirmed by the Rockstar Games CEO, Strauss Zelnick. Now, Strauss Zelnick does do interviews every so often, and he also participates in the quarterly investor calls and the Q&A section for their parent company, Take-Two Interactive. So he's usually receptive to questions about the GTA series and other games in the Rockstar portfolio, and as you can probably imagine, he's been getting a ton of questions about GTA 6 ever since this official announcement from a couple of months ago. Now, according to Strauss, one of the biggest things to note about GTA 6 is that Rockstar is not making GTA 6 just because they have to. They are making GTA 6 to tell an entirely new story, make major upgrades to pretty much the main frame of the game, and really start from a fresh new experience, not in a continuation of GTA 5, but really something entirely new in the GTA series. Now, of course, Strauss Zelnick did not reveal any specifics during this interview, but based on what we have been hearing so far, it seems like that GTA 6 will have multiple maps in multiple locations where players can travel in between. The main map will be in Vice City, which is Miami, Florida in real life, but allegedly there's going to be multiple other locations and possibly an overseas location in another country for the very first time in a GTA game. So if this does become true, this definitely lines up with Strauss really saying that they are taking a new approach and really not shying away from their creativity, which honestly I find really refreshing. The last thing that I would like to see is pretty much GTA 5 repackaged in a new map, and while I think that is a good idea in a nutshell, I feel like it will get bored very quickly. To quote him directly, he said that GTA 6 will be fresh and won't protect the past. Now, when asked about GTA 6 and why it has been taking so long to develop and now release, Strauss Zelnick had the following to say. He pretty much said that the expectations for the next GTA game are so high that they need to make sure that they really put out something phenomenal, and on top of that, the GTA games are really important to the entire portfolio of Rockstar Games and Take-Two Interactive, and they will pretty much shape the next decade of video games, so because of that and expectations being high, they need to make sure that they are putting out a quality product and they are willing to take as long as it needs to make it happen. And it actually isn't just the CEO of Rockstar saying this, it actually did happen. Rockstar Games was planning to reveal GTA 6 in 2020, but that reveal ended up getting cancelled because they went back to the story mode of the game, they weren't happy for whatever reason, and allegedly they scrapped a majority of it and restarted from scratch. So Rockstar is not scared to scrap any ideas that are not perfect, and quite honestly, for a game the massive scale of GTA 6, I feel like that it is necessary to have this level of attention to detail and also perfectionism.
As for GTA 6 and it's being delayed eternally, I'm kind of expecting that this year we're going to be hearing something about the game in a more kind of trailer and or screenshot type of way. Rockstar has teased it back in January that they are actively working on the game, so having said that, it's kind of a soft announcement of the next GTA. A year ago, apparently, it was still planned for holiday 2023 with a delay within 2024. So I guess at this point, it is probably planned for early 2024 with likely a delay into the holiday season of 2024. Difficult to say. Times always shift, you know, maybe if they allocate more resources to it, they might be able to still get that release date done. But until we hear anything official about it, you know, it's kind of a lot of tinfoil hat type of behavior. So hopefully sometime this year we'll be able to hear something official and more concrete about GTA 6. Because honestly, I'm quite ready to hear something about the game. Because even the holiday 2023 release would mean another year of GTA Online that I could really do with a new GTA, because oh boy, holiday 2023, that's 10 years of GTA Online. God damn it. Make it stop. I can't take it anymore. Just please. Just a new GTA is all I ask for. Oh god. Not another year. Sorry, what? I mean, yay! More GTA Online DLC. Subscribe to the channel for more coverage of GTA Online for another 1.5 years. Why do I suddenly feel so dizzy? Anyways, those are just some of my thoughts. Of course, I'd love to know what you think in the comment section down below. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more.